Greetings guys, I welcome you in this beautiful video. So in this video we are going to be learning on how to trade a flag pattern. So a flag pattern, it is something like this, and then the market proceeds again. So this is crowned as a flag pattern. Same thing applies if it's an uptrend. It's something like this, and then the markets proceed again. So if you are to look at this, you need to understand that the patterns, they are formed on a corrective wave. Patterns are formed on a corrective wave. So whenever we are trading patterns, you need to understand that you should be looking for patterns that are formed in a corrective wave. So a corrective wave, it is the shorter wave. For an example, in this up move here, you can see that corrective wave, it is these ones that are going down. These are the corrective waves. So when we look for patterns, we look at them in corrective waves, not in any other place in the chart. So that's one important thing, because we have a lot of people looking for patterns everywhere and anywhere. So what you need to understand is that we look for these patterns in corrective waves. So these patterns, it is them that are going to help you on entering your trade, because the most important part in trading, it is entering your trade at the right place and at the right time. So once you are able to spot these patterns at the right place and even at the right time, then you will be able to enter a trade and you'll be able to reap profits out of those trades. So let us just play this chart and see what we have here. So we can see that it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend pushing all the way up, an impulsive wave. So let me increase the speed a bit. So there we are, pushing up. We are just waiting for this flag to be formed. So we have a high. Market is going down significantly. We have a low. Down again. Down again. So you can see that now currently what we are having here, it is just a corrective, and you can see that why are we crowning this as a significant corrective? It is because you can see that the market is spending enough time in this area, or it is spending enough time going on the opposite side. So that's why we are going to be able to find a pattern here, but we are not going to be able to find a pattern in such a corrective and in such a corrective. So we find patterns in such correctives where the corrective is also significant. So there we are. So there we are. So you can see that we have already seen this pattern here. It's in the corrective wave. So the most important thing that we need to understand is that we only enter our trades when this pattern is broken, but the more safer way, it is when this pattern is broken and again when this pattern is then retested. So a breakout and then a retest, that's where we now enter our trade. So let us allow the market to play out. So you can see our pattern is being broken and it is retested again. Market pushing all the way up. So you can see that now this pattern was broken. Remember guys, there is something that I taught about these things, these two issues here and here, that there is where the market has slowed down, and then here this is market activation. So we know that whenever we see a spike, first we are not we don't fall into it, because we know that it can be market activation. So we cannot fall for this and say, okay, now this is a breakout. Let's say maybe we drew our pattern down here. We cannot fall for this and say it's a breakout. We need to see the market activation, and then the breakout will come afterwards smoothly. So this was just to activate traders that, okay, because traders, they fall for emotions. Looking at this big candle, they can push and say, wow, I'm selling down here after this candle, and all of a sudden the market pushes again on the upper side. So we don't fall for these things, guys. So we make sure that we wait for the right time. We don't fall for the first spikes or the first breakouts or whatsoever. We need to pay more attention. So this is a pattern, it has been formed, and after the breakout here or the retest here in these lows, that's where you are expected to press your buy button after it has broken out. So let's wait for another example. let's wait for another example. What matters, guys, it is timing. Timing is what matters. So we had another one here. Okay, my chart is ahead of me. So we had another one here, which was a smooth one. This is the one that I'm going to break a lot of things onto you, because there was a time where I thought about breakouts. So you can see that we had the smooth flag here and it was broken out here. There was a time where I spoke about breakouts, that it is easy to predict a breakout. Why? For an example here, you can see that now the pattern formed a low and then formed a high, but then the next low was above the previous one. It was here, meaning it was now likely that if a breakout is to happen, it is going to happen on the upper side. Why? Because already inside this corrective wave, we can see already buyers, they are strong because the sellers failed to push all the way down to this lower band here. So it was already clear that the breakout was going to happen on the upper side. It was going to be initiated by the buyers, because already in this flag the buyers were very, very strong. So this is how, guys, you should observe the patterns, and this is how you should trade them. Make sure that they are formed firstly in the corrective wave, and secondly make sure that you spot them before they end. So you spot them before they end. And then the last part, make sure that you enter in their breakout. And if you want confirmation, you should wait for what we call a retest. Then you are going to be good in your trading. There is no corrective wave that is going to confuse you, because mostly 99% of corrective waves, they are in form of continuation patterns. Remember, flags, rectangles, triangles, they are continuation patterns. They are not reversal pattern. So when you see a flag like this, don't expect the market to push down, but always expect the market to push up. So that's what I wanted to teach you guys in this wonderful video. I love you all. Enjoy your trading.